This is Dr. Fe M. Tangalin, the chairperson of the Master of Arts in Language Teaching. Welcome to the presentation for the Master of Arts in Language Teaching program for the Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, South La Union Campus, College of Graduate Studies. We have the pleasure to showcase the portfolio of MALT program in the area of community service. We are a university and college not only mandated to deliver instruction and conduct research. We are also committed in serving communities. For our extension services, we aim to 1. Provide relevant and appropriate knowledge and skills related to the curricular programs and develop desirable behavior or attitudes of the clientele it intends to serve. 2. Transfer appropriate technologies or information to the communities or clientele. And 3. Empower the communities served through continuing provision for technical support services. The different extension programs and projects of the College of Graduate Studies were framed based on the national, regional, and DIMSU Development Trusts, CJS curricular programs, current realities, and available technologies. More importantly, they were also based on the needs of the community or clientele we served. Given these premises, the implementation or provision of these extension programs is expected to enhance or improve the knowledge, skills, and attitudes of the target clientele. Our extension agenda are aimed at enhancing and improving the knowledge, skills, and attributes of our various clientele with the subsequent objective of producing 1. Better performance efficiency. 2. Literate and well-informed society. 3. Well-cared marginalized groups. 4. Improved resource management. 5. Better physical environment. 6. Better health conditions. And 7. Higher productivity. All these we aim towards improving the quality of life and ensuring sustainable development of our service communities. Our extension programs are informed by a research-based needs assessment of our clientele. Our pool of experts plan and work together in designing, executing, and monitoring our programs. Then, we assess the quality of our delivered services for their immediate and long-term impacts. The MA in Language Teaching group is involved in the 7 extension programs run by the college. These are 1. Educational Leadership, Professional Development, and Teacher Support Program. 2. Language, Literacy, and Early Childhood Program. 3. Institutional Development and Capability Building. 4. Special, Inclusive, and Adult Education. 5. Environmental Protection, Conservation, and Management Program. 6. Health, Wellness, and Personality Development Program. And 7. Technological, Entrepreneurial, and Livelihood Skills Development. We have 2 big extension programs serving 2 main groups of clients. 1. Educational Leadership, Professional Development, and Teacher Support Program, renamed as School and Teacher Enhanced Program, or we call it STEP, intended for academic and professional communities. And 2. The Fish Corps Program, a holistic community development program for our adopted barangay. For the School and Teacher Support Program, we are partners with the Department of Education in the annual K-12 training for public school teachers. Other than this, we have our own initiated School and Teacher Enhancement Program, or STEP, for the continuing capability building of schools and educators. For this program, we have a standing partnership with the Commission on Higher Education, the Department of Education, the Provincial Government of La Union, the Municipality of Agoo Incorporated, and the Resources for the Blind Incorporated, the US Peace Corps, and US State Department Regional English Language Office, US Embassy, Manila. Our School and Teacher Enhancement Program, or STEP, is a comprehensive program composed of several projects, namely Project IELTS, which stands for Intensive English Language Training for Schools; Project Math, which stands for Mathematics Training and Honing of Skills; Project Science, or Science Competency, Instructional Empowerment, and Capability Enhancement; Project SPED, which stands for Special Projects for Empowering the Differently Abled; Project LEAD, meaning Leaders, Educators, and Administrators for Development; Project WRITE, or Writing, Rhetoric, and Innovative Technologistics in Journalism; Project HIM, which stands for Honing the Youth for Music and Nurturing of Talents; and Project Sports, or Special Program for Organized Recreation and Training in Sports. We also have Project Coach and Project Podcast. Each of these projects represent the different degree programs of different colleges in the campus, which collaborate in the delivery of extension services for the different fields and specializations of teachers. So big is the program that it will need the whole campus and the university and other government and non-government institutions to realize our goal of building the capacity of our schools and educators to become development-oriented and transformative movers in their respective academic and geographical communities. We do this because it is our philosophy that no teacher be left behind in our journey in transforming our educational landscape, aligned with regional, national, and international development goal that no child be left behind. But we believe that we can only do this if we are able to empower our schools, educational leaders, and our teachers to become effective in their role in community development. The School Teacher Support Program covers 3 phases of development: literacy mentoring, developing specialists, and extending expertise. The first phase, literacy coaching, involves teaching in the form of teacher support and professional development course, training, and a practicum aimed at preparing teachers to provide school-based and community-based literacy development program. The second phase, developing specialists, engages teachers in scientific literacy projects to become experts in educational development, conducting studies on language, scientific, and mathematical difficulties, and the use of technology for facilitating learning. The third phase, extending expertise, involves community service of our trained schools and educators to share their expertise to others who need the services of experts, and as a form of a play it forward scheme with the objective of expanding the coverage and reach of the program. The MALT program has a big contribution in realizing the design and goals of the School and Teacher Enhancement Program. Attached to the STEP program is the discipline-specific extension project dubbed as Project IELTS. Project IELTS stands for Intensive English Language Training for School Teachers. Our MA in Language Teaching program caters to heads and teachers, while our BSE English Education caters the students. Such is the delineation of function we take in addressing to different levels of needs, but all working in a complementary fashion and in synergy. The running theme for Project IELTS is engaged teachers, engaged learners. We believe that if we engage the teachers, they engage the learners. Our project philosophy is grounded on the idea that teachers teach how they are taught. Hence, we have been engaging our recipients with various approaches, methodologies, and strategies to make their schools and classrooms an engaging haven for learning. The MA in Language Teaching program has teamed up with other external partners in implementing Project IELTS. Project IELTS has several project engagements with funding support from various government and non-government agencies in local, regional, national, and international levels. These include Test Solutions Series in partnership with the Department of Education, Provincial Government of La Union, the Municipality of Agoo, and U.S. Peace Corps. Professional Development Workshop Series in partnership with U.S. State Department Regional English Language Office, or RELO, with EL Fellows. The massive open online courses, or MOOCs, in partnership with the U.S. State Department RELO and international delivering institutions. English at Work series, English for Office Personnel, in partnership with Pibul Songkram Rajabat University, Thailand. The CPE ASELT, or Continuing Professional Education, Advanced Certificate in English Language Teaching, in partnership with the Commission on Higher Education, and Training of Trainers on Research, in partnership with the Department of Education, Region 1. The Test Solutions series was designed to train language heads and teachers of the Municipality of Agoo, born of the need to arrest the downtrending literacy and language achievement of the learners. To address the problem of low achievement, we believe that the starting point is to capacitate our educational leaders and teachers. As the saying goes, you cannot give what you do not have. In the same way, our teachers cannot teach what they do not have. Hence, the Test Solutions series was aimed at equipping the educators with new trends in language teaching and providing them with effective and creative teaching tools and skills. The impact assessment conducted on the project showed significant gains in the acquired skills of the participants. Another strand of the Project IELTS is the Professional Development Workshop in collaboration with the U.S. State Department, coordinated by the Regional English Language Office of the U.S. Embassy, Manila. This project is tied to the English Language Peace and Fellowship Program of U.S. government to the Philippines. With some MALT program faculty having been recipients of offshore scholarship and e-trainings sponsored by USDS, part of our commitment is to enhance pedagogical skills and competencies of language teachers, but this time delivered to a wider audience covering regional and national trainings. Thus, the DIMSU English Program team, together with the Education and Peace Ambassadors of U.S., or the English Language Fellows, and the U.S. Peace Corps volunteers, we have run several professional development workshops, which we call the Fellowship of the Lang, with the English language to be learned by all. Meanwhile, the landscape of learning is undergoing major disruption brought about by new technologies and expanding internet access, giving birth to new ways of delivering instruction. Through distance education and open education, learning is now free. The MALT program was one of the pioneers in the region in embracing this emerging trend in education known as education 4.0. The MALT faculty engaged themselves in what is known as MOOCs, or Massive Open Online Learning, starting in 2015 through the sponsorship of the USDS Relo of the U.S. Embassy, Manila, delivered by prestigious universities and learning institutes in the U.S. The MALT faculty, having had an immersive experience on the new way of instructional delivery, was ready to go to the next step, promote open learning to a wider age and audience, and take active part in facilitating MOOCs. Since then, several MOOCs have been facilitated by the MALT program through Professor Melda M. Ochoco, Professor Abilin T. Llarenas, and DIMSU EL Fellow Kelly Keegan. Among these MOOCs offered by the program to many educators across the country include 1. Shaping the Way We Teach English 1 and 2, delivered by the University of Oregon American English Institute in 2015 and 2016. 2. The Art of Poetry, delivered by Boston University in 2016. 3. Content-Based Instruction, delivered by World Learning in 2017. 4. TESOL Methodology, delivered by the University of Maryland, Baltimore County in 2018. And 5. Teaching Grammar Communicatively, delivered by World Learning, this 2020. Based on the impact study conducted by Professor Ochoco, our MOOC programs contributed to the professional growth of the participants. Results show that 3 sets of skills were learned by the teachers in MOOCs: soft skills, design skills, and innovative skills. A 4th set, language skills, emerged as skills that were honed during the course of MOOC engagement. Results likewise show that learning the skills follows a cumulative scaling process in each stage. The theorized 5-stage model of professional learning shows a process which starts with the teacher enrolling in the MOOCs and ends with defining his identity as a professional guru, which implies that the experiences of the teachers in MOOC engagement provide a helpful learning design framework for professional learning. At the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, our faculty and trainees were more than ready to take the cudgels of remote learning because they know what it takes to learn in a virtual environment using online learning modality. Thanks to the MOOC experience provided by the MALT program that enabled the teachers become confident and resilient in their profession. The English at Work strand of the Project IELTS was born from an expressed need of our offshore program in Pibul Songkram Rajabat University, Thailand. This project is anchored to the Asian integration and collaboration projects of the Asian countries, with the English language playing a significant role in promoting international cooperation and engagement as outlined in the Asian Regional Qualifications Framework. Other than the faculty and student exchange program and curriculum sandwich program we have with PSRU, we also have an extension-related program aimed at training the language skills of PCRU's staff to become competent in the English language as they open their institution and their country and gear up for the challenges of globalization. This is an ongoing project carried out since 2017, which already had 4 runs, producing 45 completers of the training. Impact assessment of the project showed a significant gain of the language skills acquired by the trainees. To this date, our trainees continue to communicate with us online and now more confident in engaging themselves for cross-border business communication. This we claim as another successful implementation of our international extension program. Meanwhile, in our own setting, the Commission on Higher Education saw the need to further upgrade the competencies of faculty in higher education if we want Philippine HEIs to become globally competitive. CHED embarked on the Continuing Professional Education Project with financial grant to approved CPE projects. The DIMSU College of Graduate Studies and College of Education responded to the call. Two proposed projects were approved by CHED, and one of which is the ASELT, to be delivered by the MALT program with a project grant of 1,199,000 pesos. The certificate project was implemented in 2019, which was run for 18 days with 17 scholar recipients across the country. The project impact assessment revealed a 93.75 index, which signifies very high achievement and acquisition of learning among the trainees. Overall, the program was characterized as very useful with relevant English language teaching knowledge and skills acquired by the scholar trainees, which they have been able to apply and share in their respective HEIs and take active role in attaining the graduate outcomes spelled out in the Philippine Qualification Framework to become globally competitive. Likewise, the Department of Education Region 1 saw another need in addition to the ongoing pedagogy training for teachers being carried out by DIMSU SLUC. This was on the area of research. DepEd and DIMSU CGS, particularly the faculty from language and mathematics programs, brainstormed and thus born the Train the Trainers project, which was rolled out on a region-wide scale. The project's objective was to capacitate DepEd in terms of producing a critical mass of researchers in their ranks who shall provide the department with knowledge and data it needs and improve processes and practices in the department through research. One other objective was to produce a refereed research journal of the DepEd Region 1, which would become a knowledge-sharing tool of the department for disseminating new and relevant knowledge. The project was started in 2017, given to selected participants who cascaded the training down to the level of division and to schools. The project resulted to a significant number of proposals submitted to DepEd, which were vetted by research experts from both English and Math program of DIMSU CGS and subsequently given funding by DepEd through Basic Education Research Fund or BERF. Every year, proposals and completed researches are evaluated by DIMSU team during scheduled research colloquium. The researches also undergo peer review, and the researches which pass the refereeing process see print in the refereed journal called Panagsukisok. Indeed, we can say that DIMSU, particularly the language and math groups, have significantly contributed in the institutional development of DepEd Region 1 in the field of research. Aside from our active engagements in the academe and professional world, part of our extension service is the adoption of barangay. We have had numerous community services conducted over the years, but this is so far our most comprehensive and holistic community development project, which we dubbed the Fish Corps Project, aimed at conserving the coast while we are developing the community. Our adopted community, San Nicolas West, is a coastal barangay of Agoo, La Union, and together with the municipality of Agoo and other agencies, Project Fish Corps aims to teach Kulas how to fish. Our Fish Corps has 6 flagship programs rolled out in the barangay. The 6 flagship programs include environmental protection, conservation, and management, entrepreneurial and livelihood skills development, institutional building and effective participation in governance, comprehensive and integrated delivery of social services, fisheries management and development of fisherfolks, and self-sustaining backyard agriculture. This is a big project, and given the magnitude, we are not doing it alone. We believe that it will take a community to develop a community. The MALT program is part of the bigger delivering community of the CGS, SLUC, and DIMSU in partnership with external government agencies and NGOs. Of the 6 programs, we first launched the Entrepreneurship and Livelihood Education. You may perhaps be asking, what is the stake of language education in the Entrepreneurial and Livelihood Project? Believe us, we know the language of food and hunger. It is our experience that no amount of educating the mind will work if we do not first feed the stomach. The best way to a man's heart and mind is through his stomach. But we are not a believer of dole-outs. That is why our program is on livelihood development. Our adopted barangay's main occupation is fishing. But with the ocean's resources getting scarce, the sea has been overharvested and people now resorting to dynamite fishing. Without an alternative source of livelihood, no amount of law can stop a hungry stomach from committing illegal activities. Thus, we teach them first to feed themselves with high-value food base which they can source out from their immediate environment and which will give them livelihood. Fish from the sea. In partnership with the DENR, College of Fisheries and College of Education, TLE Department, we have developed products and technology from marine resources, fish, and seaweeds. We have taught them making food with their family. Our signature high-protein fish cropek and siomai, organic seaweed noodles, empanada, puto, and others. We are proud to announce that the group we have trained have been awarded by DENR. More trainings will come as we continue to develop technology. Our first project business venture with the barangay was Puto con Gracilaria, or puto enriched with seaweeds. According to the barangay folks, they never thought that the abundant seaweed they consider as useless will provide them livelihood. We are currently helping them in packaging and marketing their products. We are also forming a cooperative for them. This, we will be partnering with other specializations and agencies. The project was carried out with the aim of providing entrepreneurial and livelihood skills development trainings to participants and provide them opportunities to engage in self-employment activities and alternative sources of income. In the initial project assessment we conducted, the Entrepreneurship and Livelihood Development Project initiated in Barangay San Nicolas has a significant impact in the lives of the people and the community. The specific results include 1. The series of livelihood skills development training was excellent, obtaining its objective in transforming knowledge, skills, and technology to the participants. The project's implementation was evaluated to be above expectations, indicating that it was effectively carried out in terms of project management. Third, the project was able to earn 266,160 pesos from 2016 to 2018 from puto, noodles, and chips production, which is a substantial amount. 4. The project has a significant impact on the participants' socio-economic well-being, with the project meeting the objectives and expectations. And 5, the participants were empowered in terms of providing alternative employment opportunities and sources of income that contributes to poverty alleviation. With a livelihood program in place, we have another step forward to spare the coastal environment from abuse. Together with the science programs, we are working with DENR in protecting the mangroves along the Agoo da Mortis Sea and landscapes. Next in line, we will be introducing marine education and solid waste management. Conceptualizing a project is one thing. Communicating the project to the grassroots level for their active involvement is another thing. This is where the MALT program contribute to the project. The art and science of persuasion. And it gets done. As you can see in the pictures, we were able to engage the community to take active role in reforesting their mangrove areas. We are also working with the barangay for a safer and healthier community through our health, drug addiction, and public safety programs. For this project, we have also partnered with the College of Community Health and Allied Medical Sciences and the Philippine National Police. We have been teaching the community with basic survival skills such as cases of drowning and first aid. Likewise, the barangay has been identified to be rampant with users of drugs. With the intensified anti-drug campaign of the government, we are coming in to give our share in helping keep the barangay safe through our drug education and barangay patrol program and spare the destruction of life. The program gave a great impact among the barangay of San Nicolas West, Agoo, La Union. And the barangay was declared and certified as a drug-free barangay last March 19, 2018. This means that the program was done successfully in instilling and cooperation and collaboration among the barangay official members of the community, student organization and barangay officials, members of the community, student organization of the college, and collaborating agencies in promoting the program. Moreover, in our mother's class, we teach our client the language and science of mothering by equipping our mothers essential skills in keeping their families safe from harm and illnesses. We have been educating the mothers to undo many of their folkloric and unscientific way of doing things, especially in handling emergency cases such as high fever and dengue cases. Our next target now is marine education for our kids in the barangay so that we will start them young to become stewards and protectors of the sea. The Dimsu Community Development Project provides support for the development of schools and communities via the 4 pillars of our research and extension mission, namely education and technology, health, wellness and personality development, stewardship and social responsibility, and culture, identity, and global relevance. The MA in Language Teaching Program and the BSE English Program, together with other specialization programs, have again teamed up for the school-based extension project to be delivered in the barangay, the so-called Project Teach, to be delivered in Manuel T. Casas National High School, and Project 5R for the San Nicolas West Elementary School. Our overarching objective for the 2 programs is to raise the achievement level of the schools and the learners. The projects were in response to the low performance of the school and the learners in the National Achievement Test or not, given by the Department of Education. This is a pressing concern identified by the municipality of Agoo, hence this project partnership. In this community and school-based project, you can see the complementation of our 2 big programs, the School and Teach Enhancement Program, and the Fish Core Program under the Comprehensive and Integrated Delivery of Social Services flagship program. The education of the young is not just the concern of the teachers and the school. It requires a whole community to educate a child. The MA Language Teaching Program and the BSE English Program have teamed up for the Project Teach. The MALT program handles the teachers, while the BSE English program handles the students. This arrangement allows us to deliver our extension services and make productive use of the time of our teachers and students without sacrificing classes when we pull out teachers from their classrooms. So far, we have provided series of engagement in the adopted school. The project started with the needs assessment of the school, particularly the instructional delivery needs of the teachers, and assessing the reading competencies of the learners, as this was an expressed problem of both the school and the municipality. After the assessment, the MALT and BSE programs launched seminars and workshops aimed at building the capability of the teachers in improving the achievement of learners, particularly reading achievement through strategy training and materials development for the teachers, and reading skills development for the students. Thus, the Project Teach of DIMSU English programs at Manuel T. Cases National High School continues to be implemented, though it was temporarily punctuated with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. But definitely, we shall go back to our drawing board and redesign our strategies to continue the project, considering new normal ways of doing things and achieve our objectives for the program. Meanwhile, the Project 5Rs is another basic skill building training in partnership with the Early Childhood and Elementary Education Department of the College of Education. Said project is still ongoing. In addition to learning from and collaborating with DIMSU experts and service personnel, our partner schools and the community can access the resources of the university where they can collaboratively conduct research to develop school-based literacy handlers and experts in the local public schools. Likewise, our MALT graduate students work in our adopted extension sites, where they can train clients, conduct researches, and deliver other extension services. Indeed, we have gone a long way in our commitment to provide services to those in need. We have conducted impact assessment to our various programs and projects, and so far, the results show that we have made significant impact, and we are proud of what we have accomplished in our school and teacher enhancement program, in the professional and academic community, and the Fish Core program in our adopted barangay and schools. In the words of one member of the barangay we serve, he said, "San Nicolas no longer feels neglected because now we have a reliable partner in our development." This is a testament of our success in having successfully taught Kulas how to fish. Those words shall be our constant reminder and inspiration as we continue in delivering what we have promised. Much have been done in our weekly visits to the schools and communities we serve, but much remains to be done. And we will strive to work harder in fulfilling our commitment in delivering development programs to teachers, schools, to the communities, and to the country.